to avoid spending longer periods than expected in your waiting season. In my previous video, I spoke about waiting season. So for you to have a better understanding of this video, try to watch the previous one. Okay, so these are the questions, the experiences of many people that they tend to spend longer periods in their waiting season, and they keep wondering why. A waiting season is like a field of study. You have to go through some courses, some exams, tests, and you have to clear everything. Even if you have a problem in any of the courses, maybe you failed an exams, you are supposed to go back, sit for that exams, make sure you clear everything before you be considered a graduate from that particular field of study. So it's same with your waiting season. You can't just skip some parts, some aspect of life, or just jump through some things. No, you have to carefully pass through them, and as you're passing through them, you're supposed to learn and become experienced and knowledgeable in that aspect. Okay, so when you may be waiting on God for a particular thing and it's not forthcoming, and you think you have done all you are supposed to, you need to ask yourself some basic questions, that why are things like this? Okay, as we as human beings, in as much as we do love our kids, we want the best for them. No one will hand over the car keys to a child that is underage, and you know that your child can drive, for the child to drive. You won't do that, no matter how much you love your child, because you know it's not safe for that child. It's something that will cause untimely death or accident, that maybe the child will no longer be complete, or something will just go wrong. So just because you love your child, you won't just hand over the keys to that child, because why? The child is not yet of age for that particular task. So it's same with us. So when you are in your waiting season, you need to attain some level of maturity, mentally, emotionally, to see that you'll be able to handle some basic things, some certain things that you are looking out for before they can be handed over to you. Okay. You might not be comfortable talking about your weaknesses to someone else, but you should be kind enough to tell yourself the truth, so you can find a way to deal with your weaknesses, because that's one of the ways we can slow down our waiting season. You need to be mature in everything you do. So for instance, what if God blesses you now with a whole lot of money? Will you be able to manage your resources properly, or you become wasteful? At that point, you start buying things that you no longer need, or like just throw money around. That's when you remember all the clubs you never thought of attending, all the unnecessary things. How will you manage your resources if eventually you become that person you are eyeing or you are imagining? If God lifts you from this position you are, will you become disrespectful to people? Will you become rude? Will you still consider others? Will you still have that sense of empathy in you? If God blesses you with a group of people that are under you, how will you treat them? If God blesses you and you become a boss, how are you going to treat your staff? Or will they no longer matter because you are now in a position? All those things you need to ask yourself. Have you become mature in your dealings, in your you're still on the edge? Can you handle those things that you are eyeing? Will they make you to become who you are not supposed to be? So all these questions, you need to check yourself and see that as you are in your waiting season, you work on yourself intentionally to not when you have gotten what you have been praying for, then the thing left to be dealt with is your attitude. Work on your attitude, work on yourself in your waiting season to hasten the process and for you to become that person that you have always wanted. I wish you all the best in your life.